rein. One of the really interesting things that came from all this judging I've been doing this year is now with the 3 rider marks, we really tune in to not only the position itself, but a separate score for effectivity aids, a separate score for harmony. And it's really interesting to see how those 3 things interplay. And most oftenly, you'll find a rider with an incorrect arm position will have a horse that doesn't willingly stretch forward into the bit. That's it. So I want you to tune in a little bit to your left arm and getting that thumb up and getting that wrist straight. So the thumb points straight down to the bit. That's it. That's going to feel awful, huh? And shoulder 4. That's better. And thumb toward the bit. Very good. Okay, so I'm seeing the connection now is getting better. Yeah, and a little more forward again. And sometimes when I have a horse that's a little slow to start, I'll give him 3 good taps and get him a little bit over tempo for a few strides, and then I'll relax and let him coast back to a better tempo. So quicken it. Yeah. Good. Good. All right, how about a change of direction? A little more bend here, though. Be careful he doesn't get too stick straight. Because, you know, he's got that kind of long, elegant neck, but he's got a big beefcake body. So getting him to get off your inside leg is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And I'll bring my inside leg very forward, almost right at the girth, right on the girth, pushing the shoulders out to the wall. Yeah, good. And off the inside leg. That's it. Good. And inside leg again. And think of pushing that left shoulder into the wall a little bit. Yeah, not so much that it bulges, but enough that the inside shoulder moves away from the inside leg. Yeah, and more forward. Tick, tick, tick again. Rev the engine. Yeah, good. You know, and as long as he accepts it, you know, if the horse starts getting a little nervous from being driven like that, then I back off a little bit. But he's dealing with it pretty well. Yeah, and push the neck more out again. Good. So when you're in a happy place with your trot warm-up, what do you do next? Go for it. That would be my answer. Yeah, inside rein. And one thing I'm very careful of, especially in a horse that sucks back, is outside rein corrections. Okay? So you really don't want to get him off the outside rein. You want him to sink into the outside rein. Now, when you use the outside rein like that, if it's a case of he's not balancing there, he's not stepping into the outside rein, get him more off the inside leg. Okay? Try to bring the outside hand a little closer to the weather. Yeah, see, he's falling against your inside aids, isn't he? Okay, so this is all going hand in hand with what we're working on. Turn the nose a little more inside and get after him with the inside leg. And one thing, I don't know how much you know about Christoph's training, is we'll use oftentimes the whip at the shoulder. And that's it. Move the shoulder to the wall. Don't balance him with the outside rein, but balance him by getting him off your inside leg and inside rein. Yeah, exactly. Then he's free to lift the shoulder better. Good. But the reason you're having to do so much balancing with that outside rein is because he's not staying bent around your inside aids. Nice horse. Nice horse. Yeah, and again, bend. Yeah, push him, inside leg forward, Good job, and think about that's it, push that out the side shoulder to the wall. Yeah, and I might give him a little slap with my inside, yeah, and push that shoulder out, even here, left leg, yeah, and go forward, quiet outside rein. Oh, chestnuts. Yeah, I love chestnuts. Good girl. All right, so let's try it a second. Let me just look at the other side, and then let's put together a plan. And he's schooling approximately what, like 3rd levelish, 4th levelish? That's fine.
But he doesn't have changes confirmed.
Okay.
We're on a half pass. We're really just for me working on.
Yep. Yeah, well, and I'm seeing a little bit of that. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Now see, if you spoke to my good friend Dr. Jenny Susser, you gotta have a goal. And it's funny, I got that lecture when I was quite young from Michael Poulin. I had him standing on his head screaming purple at me, "You must have a goal." Because I told my goal is to ride a little bit better every day. And that's not a goal according to Michael Poulin's goals. Surviving's always good. However, that's still not a clear goal. what you want, and what came out of my mouth that day, and it's a funny story, what came out of my mouth that day was to ride Grand Prix by the time I'm 35. I totally forgot that conversation because I was not at all serious about saying it, but two weeks before my 35th birthday, I'm going up the center line at GMHA doing my first Grand Prix and remembered the conversation and went, oh my God. So it's important to think of, you know, a little bit your short-term goals, your long-term goals, where you want to be. You know, it's good to want to ride good, and that's our goal every day, is to ride well or good, or, you know, however proper you want to be. But the same token, you want to say, okay, I want this horse to develop more throughness in my canter work and be better responsive off my inside leg within the next month. Okay? In the long term, I'd like to be able to show him 4th level pre-St. George within a year or two. Okay? You know, and the goal might happen faster or it might take you longer. But, you know, it even just by stating a goal, and when Dr. Jenny was here and did one of our clinics for my clients, you know, her thing was, if you write it down, it's liable to happen. And you don't even have to admit what your goals are to me, but I would say make a tangent goal, a real goal, a level goal even, and say, I want to be there by this time, and see what happens with it. This is good. So, all right, walk a second. Now I'm seeing what you're talking about a little bit with being clear with your aids. Your seat is good. Sometimes I'd like to see your seat bones a little bit more underneath you. You have a little bit of a tendency to perch, but it's not bad. And I suspect when you get into your sitting trot, you're a lot more comfortable. The biggest miscommunication you two are having, where you're kind of not quite syncing, is this business about bending him without interfering with your outside rein aid. You know, and all this stuff, bringing the outside rein away from the neck, is kind of interfering with him being supple to the inside aids. I suspect this plays hand in hand with the issues you're having at both the half toss and the flying change. Because in both those, you know, you want the horses, you know, I hate to say bend in the ribs, but you want those shoulders to be able to move off this leg, now off this leg, now off this leg, now off this leg. Because he does have a neck where he should be supple. I mean, he is built that he should be more supple.
Well, I think he is. I think what happens is I start conflicting in my communication.
Well, that's it. The outside rein aid.
I'm stopping and I'm going.
Yeah. One good trick I have for my people that helps with the feeling of where the outside rein aid should be is I just have them take that outside rein and hang on to the saddle pad. Yeah, the strap can work too. I find the saddle pad to almost be a little bit more of a correct position for them. And then, you know, your positioning, what he does is he falls through your inside rein. So he kind of makes you afraid to bend him a little bit. So you've got to get a little bit, I don't want to say off the inside rein, but you've got to get him to not fall against your inside rein. And that's going to be the job a little bit more of your inside leg, pushing the shoulders out. So let's start at the walk. Lots of transitions, Mackenzie. Lots of transitions. Let's start at the walk, and I like to do on a circle. And let's just start with trying to ride a big, more forward at the walk. Good. And I guarantee you probably will work on this a little bit with Christoph. Because he's big on the stretching and correct stretching and off the inside leg and lots of shoulder form. Now you feel how he's so straight here. So that's making him stuck. So turn the nose so you can see the inside eyeball without losing sight of the outside cheek piece of the bridle. Bring your inside leg a little more forward. Now think of making that left shoulder stretch toward the wall on the circle. That's it. Inside more bend, soft outside hand. Just hold the strap and be very quiet. I'm very receiving with my outside rein. The most I do with it is I restrain by closing my fist a little bit. Then I relax by relaxing my fist a little bit. You know, going back to Sally Swift stuff, thinking of that little bird. The little bird squirming, you squeeze a little bit more. The little bird relaxes. You relax your grip just a little bit, but not so much that the little bird gets to fly away. And whatever you do, don't kill it. Inside leg again. Now push his neck off the inside leg. That's it. And you can touch him there and touch him on the shoulder when you have to. Yeah. There until you feel the body start, yeah, and direct his energy a little bit more lead inside.
Yeah.
There you go. And then tap him into that contact again. There you go. And again, position inside and tap. Yeah, and again, position it, open that inside. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah, so you're placing him in front of his inside pocket so he can collect a little bit better. And again, place the neck to the inside. That's too straight. I want to see a more exaggerated bend so that he stretches. It's a little bit of a shoulder forward, up with a little bit more bend. There you go. That's it. See his inside eyeball. That's it. And push him off. Push that shoulder out off the inside leg. Good. And again. Yeah, good girl. And again, push that shoulder off when he stiffens. Keeping the outside ring very quiet. And now, let's go to the trot and do some trot walk transitions in the shoulder forward. Again, keeping that inside leg a little more forward. I think of pushing my heel forward a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Right there is where you want to use it. Good. And push him into that outside ring. A little more bend again. Yeah. That's it. Somewhere between shoulder forward, shoulder in is fine. Yeah, and take that inside hand to the inside again. Lead him over to the right. And tap him off the right leg. Yeah? Wow, this is a special horse. He's got some moves. And again, open the inside ring to the inside. Yeah, and tap him off the inside leg. Good. Yeah, and tap him again. Yeah. And I'll go posting a little bit and get him a little more forward. Good. Looks a little better to me. And again, inside bend, inside leg. And now bring him in that bend, pushing, driving aids with your inside leg towards your outside rein to the walk. Driving aids. Drive that inner hind leg to the walk. Hold the inside rein steady. Quiet the outside hand. Bend and drive to the walk. Drive to that closed wall with your hands. Into the walk. Down transition. Drive. That's it. So he stays out to the hand. And keep driving. That's it. It's okay to take those extra few strides. We don't need a crisp transition right now because you don't want to back them off. All right? Think of it as water coming out of the hose, gradually shutting it down. And now off the, yeah, he's bracing against the inside leg again, and then forward to the trot. So the problem with the half pass then would be the suppleness and the bend? Yeah, okay. That's where you're at. Very good. And now drive to the walk. Drive to the walk. Exactly. Driving aids. Keep the bend, keep the bend, keep the bend. Don't massage. I know. That's why I said down transition. It's like, yeah, inside bend, inside bend, inside bend. That's your outside hand overpowering again. Yeah. Keep that outside hand on the strap. There you go. Now stay on the circle and drive into the walk. Step into the outside leg and drive quietly to the walk with the bend, with the bend. That's it. Don't let him shorten that inside hind. Inside bend, more, drive, and walk. Good girl. Keep it supple. Keep working. As many steps as you want to get to the walk, as long as he stays forward there with the inside. Yeah, because he does that. He tends to be a pogo stick. Does he have W in him?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And back to the circle here, and into the trot again, in shoulder forward. Where's the bend? Where's the bend? Inside leg forward. Yeah. Because it's a little bit of a Weltmar hind under where he can kind of pick it up and put it down without ever moving forward with it. Yeah. Now driving aid to the walk. Inside bend, inside leg. No pulling on the outside ring. No pulling. Just brace. Close the fist. And push and sit up. Lift your ribs and drive and lift your ribs. Good girl. Yeah. Easy. Close the finger, lift your ribs taller, and put inside leg, push the shoulder out to the walk. That's it, take your time. Good boy, close the finger. Ah, good. Yeah, he likes massage. Be careful with that though.
Yes, I know.
And that's why drive him forward to the wall rather than let him come back, because he needs to be able to step through with that inside hind leg from the transition. Shoulder forward again, get him off the inside leg. He's too straight here. Yeah, get his body to curve around. Good, and circle. I like the circle with the shoulder forward because you're combining two suppling exercises together. That's it. Drive. Keep more bend. Inside rein to the inside. More bend. That'll also help you keep him out of passage. Inside bend. Now keep turning as you drive inside leg towards your outside rein. Lift your ribs, belly out, and walk. Yeah, close your thigh a little bit. Just wrap it there. Good. Good. That was very good for him. Okay? The back went up. He didn't spit the bit. The other thing I'm noticing is that, you know, he tends to drop his pull a lot. But as you're getting better with this exercise, the pull's coming back up, which it should. All right, give him a long rein a minute, and we'll go to the other side. Fancy, fancy boy. Where'd you find him?
Baron.
Oh, Baron found him. Okay, that's why.
This was the Balkan horse.
This was the Balkan Hall horse? What does that mean?
Were you at the symposium for Balkan Hall?
Was this the one that bucked him off? Oh. Oops. I remember him.